Hi, would you believe me if I told you I'm not real? This video was completely AI generated by Favor. With this technology, you can create professional, human-like videos in minutes. No actors, no studios, no expensive equipment. It's quick, customizable, and affordable. Whether it's for business, marketing, education, or social media, Favor brings your ideas to life with hyper-realistic AI videos. Get started today.
Hello, welcome to day 2 of our AI image generation class with Favor. Alright, I hope we were able to um gain one or two things from the first video of navigating around the Nano Banana in Google Gemini interface, and we're able to create beautiful images. Alright, moving on to what we have for today. So we're going to be looking at prompting. Prompt. In the first video, I mentioned how that yes, AI produces beautiful stuff. You can get what you want from AI, but it works with prompting. So the information you give to AI is what will determine the results that it will give to you. So it's just like it's what you put in, that is the same thing that you will put out. So it's very important that you master the art of prompting. So that is what I'm going to be teaching you on what prompting is about. Then I'm going to be teaching you how you can generate prompts. So you don't really need to be good, but I just want us to have the basic understanding of what prompting is before I now show you the easy way of generating your prompt. Alright, so AI image generation class. Okay, now we are talking about prompting. Artificial intelligence has actually changed the way we create, the way we act, and we can design something powerful. We can design something that is very realistic. We can just have an imagination in our hearts, and we can bring it to life just by artificial intelligence. You can make a beautiful design without taking a brush to paint and all. That is the way AI has become. So you don't even need to stress yourself. Oh, okay, how do I design this? You can just think of something. Maybe you want to do something. There's a concept in your mind and you need a design. Artificial intelligence has made it easy for you, such that you can bring that thing without being a professional, without being techie, without having a laptop. You can be able to do all these things easily due to AI. Now, when we are talking about prompts, the way prompts is very important. Like I said earlier, is very, very important. If you don't put the right prompts, you are not going to get a good result. Actually, you're not going to get a result. So I'm going to be breaking down the whole art of prompts for us. Now, a prompt is like a short, like an instruction that tells the AI what to create. Like an instruction that tells AI what to create. In our video, the last video we did, we were talking about, the last one we did, we gave an instruction to Google to Nano Banana, that Nano Banana creates an image of Elon Musk standing on the moon. So that is a prompt, this short instruction given to AI to create something unique, to create something beautiful, to create something that is very attractive. Alright, so it's like you are giving direction. Let's take for instance, you want to go to a place. Maybe let's say your mom or dad or somebody wants to send you an errand. Let's say let me use Lagos for instance. Go to Lagos, but the place you have to go to Lagos is, let's say you're going to Ikeja in Lagos State, but you just tell you go to Lagos. How does that make sense? There are so many places in Lagos. There's Ikeja, there is Abacha, there is Abulegba, there is Maryland, there is Island, there is Lekki, VI. So many places in Lagos. So when they now say, okay, go to Lagos, Ikeja in Lagos State, that's another prompt. That's you are breaking it down. It's becoming clearer. Now if they say go to maybe ShopRite in Ikeja, Lagos State, now it's very much clearer, right? Now if they say go to where they are selling Dodo Pizza in Lagos, in ShopRite, Ikeja, Lagos. That has now become, that has become very, very clear, and shows the direction of, okay, this is where I am to go to. So that has become very clear. Unlike saying go to Lagos, and where do I want to go to in Lagos? There's so many places in Lagos. All right. So that is what a prompt is. A prompt has to be very directional. All right, so it's like giving direction. So the more detail, so now we'll be able to go to that Ikeja ShopRite in Ikeja because we have been given a detailed information. All right, AI is not a mind reader. Maybe we would have something like that later. The AI will be able to read your minds or something like that. Anyways, but AI is not reading your minds. Or let's say Nano Banana now that we're dealing with, it's not reading your mind, it cannot read your mind. It needs your instruction and it has to be very detailed. You know, when we were doing the last video, when we were talking about what we're even trying to do. Okay, yes, when I said that before you generate the prompt, always ask AI, okay, I'm going to provide you with the prompt and an image. Use the prompt and the image to create a new image. You know, it said that the more specific our details is, the more it is going to help it to give us a good result. It actually said that. So that shows that prompting is very, very, very important in AI image generation. All right. Now, so a prompt is the message you type into AI image generator that describes the image you want. For instance, if we say AI produce an image of a man for me, like the one that we were doing, AI was producing men that are fair. Alright, so AI produce an image of a man for me. AI will give you an image of a man. Maybe the man is an American, or the man is, he might not even give you an African man. He will just give you a man. Maybe the man is wearing the image that is going to give you a man that may be wearing a shirt or wearing an English clothes, something like that. So that's the picture that it will give it to you. But if you say that now in Nigeria, now I'm moving down to Nigeria now. A Nigerian man wearing agbada. Are you with me? Maybe in a restaurant in Lagos at sunset, digital and maybe cinematic lighting. I'll still break that down to us. So that is more specific. So I'm not just telling AI to give me a picture of a man. I'm being specific in what I really want, because AI is not reading my mind. Nano Banana is not reading my mind. So I'm saying, give me a picture of a Nigerian man in Agbada in a restaurant in Lagos State, and I'm stating if maybe it is cinematic, the lighting and all of that. That is being specific. Now, why is it very important? Prompt is very important because it affects, like I said earlier, how your image will come out, the quality of your image. It affects it a lot. If your prompt is not good, your image will not be good. The image you receive will not be good. Just like, say for instance, give me a picture of a woman who is wearing a yellow dress and maybe a black bag or so. It will generate that image for me. But I was not even specific. What is the posture of the woman? Is she confident? Was she smiling? Was she boning? Or was she keeping a neutral expression? I'm not being specific. But if I say give me a picture of a confident, smiling woman wearing a yellow dress with a black bag, that is more clearer, right? That is more clearer. So it's very important that the prompt you give to in AI now narrowing down to what we are doing now, dealing with Nano Banana is important so that you can get a good quality image. Alright, if you give a vague prompt or a prompt that doesn't make sense, you will get something that is disappointing. That is the truth. You will not get a good result. So in as much as Nano Banana AI is good, is giving amazing results, the reason why you see amazing results is because there was an amazing input. There was an amazing prompt. If the prompt is not amazing, you're not going to get a good input. You're not going to get a good result. You are not going to get a quality result. So it's safe to say that a quality input is equal to a quality output or a quality result. Do we get? Alright. Now, so a clear or detailed prompt is equal to a stunning or accurate image. Now, there are things that makes up prompts. I'm going to break it down to us. There are things that makes up prompts. Number one, the subject. That's the first thing. when you want to create a prompt. You know, when we were doing the last one, when I was describing a lady wearing a blue hoodie and a jean, you know, that is the subject. It's very important. The subject is the main focus of the image. That is the main focus of the image. You're trying to generate an image of a man, or you're trying to generate an image of a woman. That is the subject. Or maybe you're trying to generate an image of an animal. That is the subject. That is the main focus. Any other thing around it, those things come second. But the first thing is the subject. What is the focus of attraction? What are you drawing people's attention to see? When people look at that image that you generate, what is the first thing that they would see? What is the first thing that they would notice? That is the prompting. That is the subject rather. So a subject is very important. For instance, like we said, let's say what is that now? A Yoruba queen, or maybe an American woman or something. All right. Or another one is not really a must that is a woman. A busy street in Lagos. If I say Lagos, give me an image of Lagos. AI can give me an image of a busy street, or it can give me neutral. Is a street that is not busy, but I'm saying a busy street in Lagos. So I'm going to be seeing different people. The image it will be producing is I'm going to be seeing different people. I'm going to be seeing different cars, maybe if there's traffic, or different vendors selling stuffs around, and all of that. That is a busy. That is the way typically. That is the way a busy place in Lagos is. So it's going to bring it like that. If I don't put a busy place in Lagos, it's just going to generate anything for me. If I give me a busy place, probably it might not give. Even if it gives me a busy place in Lagos, it might not be as detailed as it should be. So that is why it's very important. Then the second thing, I said number one is the subject. The second thing is details. The details, like we use the first instance we use, go to Lagos, go to ShopRite in Lagos Ikeja, where they are selling dodo pizza. Alright, that is being specific. So you need to add description, or maybe the clothing, or maybe the mood. Yes, a confident smiling woman, that is a mood. Alright, or maybe the environment, a busy place in Lagos, that is an environment. I'm not just saying Lagos, busy, that is breaking it down, that is giving it more details of how the image of Lagos you want it to generate. Alright, now the third one is the style. Is it artistic look, or is it just medium? Right, I'm just explaining how prompting works. You don't really need to have an idea about these things. There's a way you can generate it without really knowing all these things, but I'm just trying to explain what prompting really is. Alright, so is it a realistic photo? Is it a digital painting? Is it cinematic lighting? Is it a paper sketch? Is it a pen sketch? Something like that. The environment. Now, extras, that's another thing. Options like camera angle, quality, and all of that. So those are so the first one is subject, details, style, and extra. So those things are very key in what a prompt is. So the subject is very, very important. The subject is the core of your image. That is the cocoa of your image, the focus of your image. Like we said, you're back in busy place in Lagos, or maybe if you're coming to a church, a pastor that is preaching in a large congregation or so. Alright, so I need to add details. It's very important. Details. Then now let's look for instance an elegant woman. Alright, okay, let me use a Yoruba woman. An elegant Yoruba queen, the typical Yoruba queen that we know, wearing beads, then maybe royal ashoke. Alright, seated on a throne in a palace with maybe some lightning and all of that. That is becoming specific. Alright, that is becoming specific. Now the style tells us of how you want AI to present the image. Now, a realistic photo in AI means something that looks real, like a real life photograph. Like these studio photos that we do now, that is a realistic photo. It looks real actually. If were not told that it's generated by AI, you really might not know that it was generated by AI. You might think it's a normal picture taken in a studio. So that's one of the styles in Nano Banana. It has to be realistic. A realistic photo is one that it really looks real, like it looks real. Digital painting, is it artistry, like an artist? You know the way artist draws. So the way an artist paints looks like, that is another one. Then cinematic, is it dramatic? Is it like all this moving lightning? You know the way cinema is, all those lightning that do you want it to look that way? You know when you take an image in a cinema with all those lighting that have been placed in different angles, you know it looks different than when you take it in a normal natural lighting, like just having the sun and all. The image is going to be different. Alright, then futuristic, is it high tech? Is it in imaginative field? Is it very techy? Like that image we did, the first one that we generated, an image of a lady sitting in a room with computers, that we now said it should have a techy feel. So that is an image. So it must be specific. Now, a woman for Nano Banana, that's the wrong way to give a prompt. A woman wearing Ankara. That's better. A confident woman wearing Ankara with let me use a vendor in Nigeria. A confident woman wearing Ankara with what instance do I use now? With okay, maybe those women that used to sell fruit in Lagos markets. Alright, that is still okay. Alright, now a Yoruba king standing proudly before his palace, wearing an intricately embroidered agbada, holding a staff, cinematic lighting, ultra detailed digital painting. That is now much more specific. Alright, so now your prompts must be specific. Details be specific. Details be specific. Be creative, be intentional. Alright? So your words are what matters in AI. Your words are what matters. What you give. Just like a painter that is brushing. It is the brush that determines the outcome of whatever the painting will be, how good it is going to be, how creative it's going to be, and all of that is the brush. So now in this context, we are the brush, our words are the brush, and Nano Banana or AI is what would bring it out. A painter, the brush in his hand is like what would appear, and maybe the board or whatever that is using is what would bring the stuff out. So it depends on how the brush you use, how he places the angle of the brushes, or how he moves the brush, or how detailed the drawings and all of that are. That is the way it is going to be. Alright, so this is prompting. This is what prompting is. So now we're going to go into details. I don't want the video to be too long. We're going to go into the details of now how we can get our prompts and applying the prompts. See, you don't need to know all those cinematic stuff and all of that. You don't need to do it actually. I'm just trying to explain what prompting is. So now the next video I'm going to be showing you a corner way a way of getting the prompt, the right prompt that is tailored towards image generating applications or softwares like Nano Banana. Alright, thank you everyone. See you in the practical class. Bye.